Have you heard of Star Citizen, or maybe perhaps Squadron 42? Well, if you're a PC gamer, then you probably have. You've definitely heard of it. So at the time of recording this, it's raised over 450 million. And after this video goes out, it'll continue to make more. This is absolutely huge for a crowdfunded game. It's absolutely huge for any game. And just like any project that's raised this much money, it's not without controversy. There's a lot. People love to hate on Star Citizen. One day I was at a computer store looking at computer parts, and the sales guy, he was asking me, he's like, what do you play? And I told him, I was like, I play Star Citizen. And he goes, that game's not even out. Keep dreaming, buddy. So yeah, Star Citizen, it gets a lot of hate. But that's a story for a different time. That's for another video. That's for someone who really wants to get into the drama to cover. I'm not interested in that. But I want to talk to you about why I am excited for this game and why it's taken so long to come out. So this project was first announced in 2012 with an anticipated release date around 2014. Yes, I do realize that we are in 2022. It's okay. Don't lose your cool. So this was first pitched by legendary game developer and filmmaker Chris Roberts. You know the films Lord of War with Nick Cage and Wing Commander with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Outlander? Yeah, Chris Roberts, he had his hands on all of those projects, as well as more. But we're talking about games here. So what games did he make? Well, you may have heard of a couple of them. Wing Commander, Freelancer, Starlancer, and these are just a few of them. I've always loved Star Wars, Star Trek, Halo, Mass Effect. I love sci-fi. So when I heard there was going to be, to what my simple mind considered, a modern version of Wing Commander, I was all over it. I was on board. Enlist me now. But this was just a portion of what this Kickstarter was for. And this is where some of the confusion came from. This is not just a single game that they're working on. There's two of them. The first being a single player game, akin to the games of old. This portion was called Squadron 42. And it was to be the first of a 3-part trilogy. The other portion was actually called Star Citizen. It was for the persistent universe. A large universe where you can be a trader, you can be a bounty hunter, you could be a pirate, you could be a miner. The list goes on and on. It's got a large scope, and that's only gotten larger as the years have gone by. So for 2014 release date, we're talking about a lot of features in a short amount of time. Like that is an aggressive timeline. I'm recording this in the year 2022. This is 10 years later. So surely the game is out by now, right? Well, it is and it's not. But let's take a look at what happened. So after the success of the Kickstarter, work began. And in 2013, we got our first look at the universe. We entered the hangar module. So basically backers could load up into this hangar and they could look at their ships that they bought. It was fairly limited, but you got to see the ships and they had animations. You could go inside them. It was cool. And then we had Arena Commander. Arena Commander had multiplayer battle arenas. It let players fly their own ships against other players, as well as race them in these arenas. Arena Commander is great for the devs. It allowed them to work on the flight model. It allowed them to work on tuning the weapons and how damage and shields and how everything would work together. It is a great tool for feedback. In the beginning of development, Cloud Imperium Games, they relied a lot on other studios for work. And this led to some issues. But there was a lot of hands working on this game, even in the beginning. There was a studio called Moon Collider, and they worked on the AI called the Kythera system, as well as turbulent, vitreous behavior in Montreal and Wormbite. Like these all played specific roles, but some of the work being done by these other studios, they just didn't make it into the game due to multiple different issues. But here's an example. Colorado's IllFonic, they were to work on the FPS component of the game. It was going to be called Star Marine, and it was due out 2015. So Star Marine, much like Arena Commander before it, was to be a test bench to let players test out FPS. It was a place for players to give constructive feedback to developers on the FPS portion of the game. Like it was important. So this work was supposed to be done by IllFonic, but due to multiple issues, it missed its 2015 delivery date, and a lot of the work done by IllFonic was pretty much scrapped. One of the issues was all the assets that they had worked on and created, they didn't work with the rest of the game. They just weren't the right size. And a game like Star Citizen, metrics are very important. Everything needs to work together, and if it doesn't, then it's not useful. So a lot of the work had to be redone in-house. And throughout the years, Chris Roberts' studio, Cloud Imperium Games, has continued to expand. They have 5 studios across the globe. Last time I checked, it was close to 500 employees. This thing is being worked on, and they're actively hiring. I had even applied there. I consider myself a 3D hard surface artist, but unfortunately, my lack of work experience didn't do me any favors. But let's not get into that. That's not what I wanted to talk about. So as the amount of money being funded into the game continued to increase, so did the scope. Why would you make something that was only going to be good when they now have the funds to create something that really fulfills the vision of Chris Roberts? That's what they set their goals to, and that's what they work towards. With the ever-moving goalpost, the new tech being introduced allowed the team to create planets that players could go down and explore. In the game, there's ArcCorp. It's a planet covered completely by a city, and you can explore it. It is absolutely incredible what they've managed to achieve. You can wake up on a space station, jump into your ship, fly across the solar system, and land on a planet, all without loading screens. It's incredible tech. But as the scope increased, so did the time required to develop it. So where are we now? We're in 2022, and you can jump into the universe and you can fly dozens of different ships. You can complete missions, contracts, you can buy and trade goods, fly across the Stanton system, and visit numerous planets, outposts, cities, and moons. There is a ton of fun to be had. You can play it right now, but it is not for the faint of heart. This is still an alpha, so this experience might not be for you. If you're easily frustrated, stay clear. It can be very frustrating with the various bugs, the crashes, the incomplete features. Even I get frustrated. So if this sounds like it might not be for you, that's fine. Just wait for release. It'll happen one day, and the experience will be a lot better. So currently, there's this huge push to get Squadron 42 out the door. Multiple features that were scheduled to be in the Persistent universe in Star Citizen, they've been moved around the schedule to prioritize Squadron 42. I've got a big interest in watching how the sausage is made. I enjoy it. Game dev, I love it. From following the different posts on Reddit and the official forums from the developers, and watching the weekly update videos, it's really kept me engaged for years. So that's it. Star Citizen is a hugely ambitious project, and a project of this scale needs a lot of time to develop. But if you're patient and you like the experience of watching it, you're in for one heck of a journey. So let's say you want to try it out, and now's the perfect time. If you're willing to brave the storm. A new patch just went out, and I'm sure there's going to be some bugs. It's usually the case. But there's new features and new things to try out. So this is a good time to try. Well, you hop onto the website, and you can make an account and use my referral code. I have a referral code. If you use it, I get stuff. You get stuff. We get stuff. So thank you for watching this video. I'll hopefully see you this Saturday. I'm going to be streaming some more Chrono Cross. We'll be starting around 11 Eastern Standard Time. If you're confused as to where we are in the story and in the game, I've got you covered. I've created a video with excellent drawings to catch you up. It's a piece of artwork. You're gonna love it. We'll see you next time.